Good morning, Canada. Welcome to RCTV, right? Can you believe, Jeremy, it's been 9 years since we started?
That's amazing.
Yeah, it has been amazing. We've seen some great stuff over the years. So let's get the show started. You know what? We were at a cool bash in March at John's Hobbies.
And also, Cobus finally got his rowboat working.
Yeah, fantastic rowboat where the guy actually rows the boat around the water.
It's
I can't
amazing.
believe it.
Plus, you've also got a quadcopter with a GoPro on board.
Yeah, cool footage, Jeremy. He flies all over the place. But first, Nick and I had the pleasure of going down to Welland for the On-Road Nationals. Here we go. Let's check that out, Jeremy.
Let's go.
RCTV, your radio-controlled authority. Presented by RC Pit Stop, bringing the best of RC to BC since 1989. John's Hobbies, Toronto's local hobby store. And PM Hobbycraft. With all the bashing, crashing, flying, and driving you can handle. Now let's get ready to RC.
How you doing, folks? We're here in Welland at the 2014 On-Road Nationals. We have racers from all over the US and Canada, and even a racer from Lebanon. And a special treat, we actually have a sprint car driver that actually races RC. This car is right beside me right here. Don't miss this one. Okay, I'm here at the Canadian Nationals with my buddy Mark Rochette. Buddy, it's been so long.
Yeah.
What, 9 years?
9 years. Buddy.
9 years,
Yeah.
as long as the show's been in existence.
Yep.
And we've actually known each other for 10.
Yes, sir.
Because we used to race together
Yeah.
back in the Tamiya days.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about this event.
This is our 5th year, the Canadian Nats. We have reached a goal of 303 entries, and same thing, it's the only race in North America inside of a mall that I know of. They said I couldn't do it, and so we actually did it. And
How did you get the permission to do it? I mean, we're in a perfect location. You got nice lighting above you. It's a big open spot.
you know, it was the type of thing I asked. Nobody came that ever asked. They all said it couldn't be done, don't even bother. And I walked in and talked to the manager, and I told him what we could do, and I brought in stuff about Vegas and the snowbirds and what they're doing there. And I said, let me do it in them all one time. And they were just, yeah, go ahead.
I know, it's a new yearly
Now,
thing.
The yearly thing.
How did it become the Canadian Nationals, though?
Actually, I just named it that.
You just named it?
Yeah, because there isn't one. So I just called it the Canadian Nats and went from there.
And these guys take it seriously. You know, I'm walking by talking to a couple guys, and I can see that. I'm scared to talk to the guy because I can see he's concentrating everything. Why is that? Why are these guys so serious about this?
Probably because on-road's a little more precise in your driving and setup. Like a half a mil difference can, either your car is good or no good. It's not like off-road where it's more forgiving. And as you can see, the boards and all that, you hit something in on-road and odds are you're gonna break.
Well, what are the divisions you're running in the Nationals?
There's touring car modified, stock, super stock, 12 scale, vintage, and world GT, and mini.
With this type of racing, are you getting guys from the States coming here, from Europe? Is there anybody else coming?
Yeah, there's actually a gentleman that used to live in Ottawa and came my first year. Now he flew all the way in from Lebanon, just to race. And then we have someone from California, Milwaukee, New Jersey, Connecticut, Ohio, Michigan, Quebec City, Montreal, Ottawa, London, Windsor, and then all the other smaller.
And there's a lot of champions here, I noticed. Like I've seen, there's a few guys. There's a couple Tamiya champions.
Oh yeah, Tamiya champions. There's the Canadian champions from the previous 5 years. There's actually U.S. Nats champion, Paul Lemieux.
Wow.
He came, Kevin Hebert, who actually is a full associated driver, who's been probably all over the world too, like Paul. You get paid to race toy cars, have some fun, and
Great job.
I know.
That's fantastic.
Every year we try to change it and try to do a little bit more all the time. My next goal is to have it like a whole race weekend. So throughout the mall, I want to have like the motorcycle clubs here, the plane guys here with a booth set up. Snowmobile club said they'll come next time. Merrittville Speedway, stock cars. I want antique cars. I want to fill the whole mall.
The whole mall just to do like.
And then this will be the final thing of the weekend is the RC race.
Great. I'm looking
you so
forward
much.
to fantastic
You know what?
racing.
And thank you so
Once
much for
again,
coming,
folks,
guys.
Canadian Nationals. Great guy, Mark Frechette. Make sure you make it out. If you can't make it out this year, make it out in 2015.
Oh yeah, we'll be back bigger.
We'll be back, bigger and better.
Thank you, guys.
You're racing in what division today?
Modified, open touring car.
Yeah, and how's that going for you?
Good. I'm sitting 6th overall, which is that was my goal coming into it because the top guys are all sponsored. So
Yeah, exactly.
so I'm pretty happy with that.
You got to admit, this is a good setup.
Fantastic.
Right? How would somebody get into this type of racing? Are there still clubs existing? Because a lot of clubs around Toronto. I don't know about out west, but a lot of the off-road stuff has taken over the on-road stuff.
Yeah, like in Ottawa, we do have some clubs. RCOttawa.com is where they would get in touch with anybody there. And Toronto, they have their own forums and stuff. So just a simple internet search is all you need to find out where to go and get some information on racing and the hobby in general.
Great. Well, Mike, thanks a lot. Right, we're going to get back to watching some more RC racing here. It's beautiful. We're going to call it beautiful today because it's a beautiful day, and we're enjoying ourselves indoors at the Canadian Nationals. We'll be right back. So what would be your top speed on a 5/8?
You're looking at probably 150, 160.
Really? They call this fun? Not anymore. Welcome to John's, the place to discover. For 60 years, we've been Toronto's destination place for all things hobby. Amazing selection. Check. Friendly, knowledgeable staff. Check. Parts and service. Check. John's has the neighborhood feel that says you're getting the right hobby at the right price. So,
Where are you gonna get it? John's.
Okay, folks, I'm here today with Jimmy Hoopinen. How you
Hello.
doing, Jimmy?
Good, how you doing?
Now, you're kind of in a different situation here. You're an RCer,
Yep.
but you actually are a sprint car driver.
Yep.
Let's talk about the sprint car first.
Okay.
Now, this runs in the Canadian Series, right?
Yes.
You were telling me earlier that it is a 360. What does that all mean?
It's a 360 cubic inch wing sprint car. They run all across North America. I can run California, Florida, wherever with the same rule package that we run up here in Canada at Schweigen Speedway every Friday night. The biggest difference with driving a wing sprint car is that when you go into the corner, the wing grabs the air and it actually leans the car to the left side. Any other race car without a wing, the car would lean over to the right because of the G-force.
Because of the
Whereas
G-force,
the wing
yeah.
sprint car, the wing actually carries the car and leans it onto the left side of the car. So it's a totally different feeling in the car because you're leaning to the left, going around the left-hand corner. Typically, you'd be leaning to the right. So that's the biggest challenge to get used to, and the sideways, of course.
So, Jimmy, thanks a lot. Let's go see some RC racing
Perfect.
now. Folks, stick around. We'll be right back. Okay, I'm here with one of the youngest competitors today, and I do believe you are the youngest guy out here racing today, Bryce Frechette. I mean, wow, man, how cool is this? Your dad set up the whole race. What made you get into the RC racing?
I saw all kinds of minis at first, and I started driving those. And then after, I wanted to see if I can drive one of these.
Now, what would you tell all the young guys out there? Would you tell them to get into something like this?
Yeah, because it's really fun.
Yeah. Well, there you go, folks. One of the youngest competitors here today. He's having a great time.
I came all over the way from Lebanon, which is 13 hours flight to Montreal and an 8-hour drive here. So in total of 21 hours. But that's my second year here. I did the Welland race last year, and I was fascinated with the organization, the guys here, and the atmosphere. It's really, really fantastic.
Folks, there you go. Guy came all the way from Lebanon to Canada. Canada, #1. Let's give him a good thumbs up.
Be careful, guys. Remember, this is the main business for everything.
You know, folks, this is what it's all about, right? Go up to your local hobby stores, right? They're in Ottawa, they're in Winnipeg, they're in Calgary, they're in Toronto, they're in BC, they're all over the country. Get yourself out there. You got an old car that you used to have when you were a teenager. Go get a vintage car like this, go join a club, have a race, or just fool around in the parking lot. You folks take care. I'll see you soon.
Next group up, race number 2. Let's get on track.